from Tesla Owners US, and today comes part 2. As you saw from the first part, there was no going through to that dip. And how the story ended up, you will see after this intro.
I pressed to say.
On the way back, the beautiful iron forest, national monument, and we have to go back because there was no way out instead of going back.
Yeah,
Alright.
we lost.
No. Okay, Tina is driving again. We're gonna turn back to Tucson and get a charging station. Actually, I already have one. There are 3 available, 4. And we're gonna plug in there at Kohl's. I'll look for a hotel. Then we have to continue the trip tomorrow. That's why we're gonna do it on a Saturday. And I think it's gonna be charged up to tomorrow. So it probably takes 12 hours to charge with that connector. We're gonna look for a hotel there as well. Oh, I'm driving a little bit slow here. 39 on an interstate where you can drive 75. But we are close there, and just around the corner there's Kohl's charging station. And I think even Kohl is for free, at least some of them. So we're gonna park there and then we'll look for the hotel. We'll stay there overnight. Or at least give some charge and then maybe look for another station and stay there. Okay, here's Cortado Road. It's coming right now. We're gonna exit there and look for Kohl's. Oh, here it is. Here's Kohl's. Now it comes to good big find where the charging stations are. We hope they are close. But that's usually not so difficult to find. They are usually right in the beginning. Okay.
Ach, Mutter kann wieder nicht raus.
Okay. Da hinten. There they are. Waiting for us. Okay. And then you see how they're plugged in. Okay. Nee, muss nach hinten. Rückwärts. Okay, backwards. Yeah, that's good. That's good. A little bit more. Stop. Good. Okay. Now, let's see how much we drove. Let's go to the controls. Okay, on one charge. 307.5 miles, which 15 miles left on the clock. Okay, that was it. That was the first attempt. Try again later. Bye-bye. Okay, that was a ride. That was a hell of a ride. So, I think they're gonna have internet there. And here's our map. 10 miles left actually. And I got my glasses. Also, we close the door and charging at Kohl's for free. Thank you very much, Kohl's. We needed that because it was just about 10 miles away. So that's the car. That's the dirty beauty. Sorry about that. We will clean it tomorrow. Now, coming back the next morning, we're seeing camouflaged, desert camouflaged by dust, Model S. And this car is now desert proven. I'm gonna tell you that. So I'm gonna go back to the charging station and see how many hours did we charge. Oh, 15 hours and 43 minutes. That car needs to be, that must be full, even with 30 amp and 200 volt. Okay, then let's check it and go in. This is now 273 miles on the car and still charging after more than 15 hours. But it's the amperage going down. It's 207 volts now, 9 amperage. Now it's a remaining rest before we're going back. It's charging. Okay, good. Guys, let's go and wash the car. Yesterday it was not open anymore. Martina pointed something out. That what was not being seen from the policeman, the 400 plus electric miles trial with one charge. But actually the license plate is all dusty. So that needs to be having a real good wash. Guys, you should have seen the manager at the car wash. So when I came around there and I said, oh, can you also clean here under the hood? And he said, oh, sir, we never clean the engine department. And I opened the trunk and said, there is no engine. And he was looking very funny because he never saw that car. He never saw that Tesla before. And it was just unbelievable. And then he said, oh, would you please start vacuum this carpet and this section as well? Thank you. Okay, the baby is clean. New start. Projected 358. But you know, that's what's a new charge. So going on the highway and going back and ready for another trial for the next time, because guys, for the Apollo mission who haven't been sent the first time to the moon, it took a couple of them. Okay. Yeah, that was our 400-mile attempt. So we cleaned up there and reset it to 0, started before sunrise. And we go straight, we went go to Mexico. Beautiful landscape, as you see from the saguaro cactus. And this is the sign what the sheriff didn't see. The car was just brand new, that the maiden street or the maiden ride of that car. Here is where we stopped and changed our plan, and I figured out something else. The internet connection wasn't there. And we ended up here just in the middle of a trail where usually drag traffic was. And that what stopped was this dip here with water. And here the cows, they seemed to be happy. We were not that happy because we had to return. And when we returned, we ended up with 10 miles left after driving over 300. So here is the very dirty car. It got so dirty that the sand went under the car and under everything in the car. But we cleaned up the car the next day, and it was nice. And we took our trip home. Just this time it was on the highway, because we originally promised that we are not driving on the highway even when we could, because there are no regulations in Arizona. The only thing is, if you are an obstacle on the road, you should drive to the right side to avoid any long car lanes behind you. So rally riders, so I think in Y Arizona that fit pretty good. So we enjoyed the trip, and thanks for watching. So that was that story, but why didn't we try it a second time? So why didn't we try it a second time was actually, there was something more important. We had it in our plan, but the week after we were invited from Tesla for the Model S Car of the Year event in New York. So we had to go there, and we drove there. And then a friend of mine opened a charging station in Picacho Peak. That was where we had to go, and where there needed to be a charging station at the highway. And the
former Secretary of State Ken Bennett, he was celebrating with us the opening of the charging station. I will show you some pictures there. And I wanted to hook him up to a Tesla and drive him a Tesla. So that was basically his privilege, that he can drive Martina's Tesla. So, and he was sitting in the car, and then he got hooked up and he said, "Oh, I'm a really great driver. I was driving gasoline trucks before," because his family is gasoline family. They sold gasoline for generations here in Arizona. So I really wanted to turn him over. That was my intention. And then he was driving, and he said, "Oh, can I keep driving?" I said, "Oh, I have to ask Martina for to keep driving." So, and he was looking at us, and yes, he could keep driving, and he drove the car all the way home, or where he was supposed to be in Scottsdale. There was a veteran place there where the next event was, and he was driving the car all the way there. And that's why we didn't do a second attempt. And when we wanted to do a second attempt, then we already heard in the news someone in Florida was driving up and down Florida interstate, or really easy flat road up and down, and he made the 400 miles driving 25. We could have done it before earlier, so not taking no shortcuts. But then we said, okay, it's done, and we didn't try it anymore, for sure. But if you like those stories, hey, let me know here in the description below, and thumbs up, or if you like it, hey, subscribe to the channel. There are more stories from the past to tell. I probably still find some video material what I have from these events as well from the beginning. Okay, talk to you next time, and bye-bye.
I pressed and say, I went and say.